Jasper! Jasper, where are you? It's time to get him to preschool. Oh, I just can't believe how nice the weather's been. It's particularly nice that the weather is good today because it's my birthday. So yay! I'm hoping today to talk about charging networks. There's quite a large fund available in America, courtesy of VW and their emissions naughtiness. And this fund is basically exclusively for building out a reasonably comprehensive set of chargers. And I think they might actually put them in a reasonable place to enable long distance travel. Anyway, that's for later. Need to get him to preschool now. My back is killing me this morning. I think the 9 miles or so I did on my longboard yesterday probably doesn't help. Good exercise though, I think. Whenever I feel that sort of, you know, muscular ache from overuse, I always like to assume that it's going to take lots and lots of calories to fix that. And therefore I can have some more birthday cake. This is the main thing that I look forward to all year long. Oh yeah. I know, I have already had like over a third of it. Not quite sure how that happened. I have such a weakness for this stuff, but I also figure it's fairly good for you because, you know, the fruitcake is all fruity. This is super exciting. I have just had a delivery. Well, technically that's not true. Sophie's just had a delivery. But I've been given special permission, as it is my birthday and my birthday present. She said I can open it, which is really, really nice of her, and probably means she's going to get home really late tonight, so I hope that's not the case. But either way, first thing I just want to say thank you very much, Soph. Oh, awesome. It's actually not the one I thought it was, which in a way is probably good. I am super, super excited about this. Come on, out you come. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, I love that it stands on its edge. Oh, look at this. You know, I am going to change the bearings though. Oh, fantastic. Time to go for a cruise. Now I know I said I was going to talk about charging infrastructure, and I am. The charging network that I think is done best has got to be the Tesla supercharger network, of course, because they put them in the right place, they put the right number of them in, they're reliable, and, well, they're kind of free or cheap. The other charge network that springs to mind, at least for me, is Ecotricity. That's not so cheap, it's not so reliable. It is in the right place, but it is also, there's not enough of them. And then you have the other charge networks, you know, the sort of destination charge networks. And by and large, they're a mess. What do I mean when I say a mess? I mean like a mess. They usually charge too much in the wrong way, like for example, asking for a monthly payment for a charge network you might use once or twice in a year. And then you've got this Electrify America. This is basically the product of the VW Dieselgate scandal, basically funded by VW, comprised of standard compliant chargers, so not Tesla superchargers, they'll get no funding for it. And they are apparently going to be putting them in sensible places. Every 65 miles up to about at max 120 miles along the main corridors of the USA. Because whereas in the UK, if you want to get from the south to the very north, you don't need a Tesla, you can do it in a Nissan. If you can do it in an iMeV, courtesy of Ecotricity and the various quick chargers, and the fact that they're placed quite densely along the road network. But then the UK is an awful lot smaller than America. In America, well, how do I put this? If you don't drive a Tesla, the chances are it's going to be super duper painful and time consuming getting your EV from the west coast to the east coast. This is a fantastic use of the fine money that VW have been charged, and hopefully it will encourage them to actually make some good EVs as well. One more thing I could really do with is an extra tripod. I'm going to need that for next week, I think. Bet this place does them. Got what I'm looking for, but big DSLRs, skateboards and large tripods are not a good combination. Hey, still looking all nice and shiny. Okay, and I have 2 tripods, 4 skateboards, and clearly a serious problem. What tree was the bird sitting in when it dumped on my car? Urgh. Birds. Oh man, look at that. What is this? Cement? There we go. Finally. So tomorrow I am going to give this board up a proper test drive. I'll tell you why not today. I actually want to have a little bit of time just to find out what I like about it and what I don't, so that I can give it a proper review tomorrow. Or maybe I'm just looking for an excuse to go boarding in London again. What I find amazing is when it comes to charging networks, anyone would think it was like the most technically complicated, near impossible things to create ever. I can't wrap my head around how totally useless most businesses seem to be at actually creating a charging network that's going to do a good job for the majority of EV drivers. It's just awful. They're all awful. Totally terrible. That was one of the reasons why I was so excited about the prospect of Shell getting involved in charger infrastructure, in installments and putting them on their forecourts and that kind of thing, because you know, they actually know how to serve customers, which seems to be something that is utterly lacking. It actually does really frustrate me. I mean, it really, really does, because it is actually quite simple. Yes, it takes some money, but then you build something that is actually useful and usable and will enable a greater sales of EVs. A large part of the reason why charge networks don't get there a bit quicker, there aren't that many EVs, and so it's very difficult to build a business case around it at the moment. It's that classic chicken and egg problem. Hopefully, the nefarious goings on in the engine design department at VW will actually help to unstick that a bit in terms of the US. Yeah, you can get around California for the most part, but you know, a lower range EV will struggle. A Bolt, for example, even, would struggle to get from one coast to the other in a sensible amount of time. A Tesla, on the other hand, could do it in, you know, a few days. Not really a huge amount longer than anybody else can do it. When I say a few days, it probably would take a week, unless you had a team of drivers driving non-stop through the night, which obviously is not your typical family vacation scenario. I have to go get Jasper, I think, in a minute.
A skateboard.
It's a new one, isn't it? Do you want to see what it can do?
Exciting.
Wait, careful with that.
Let's do it.
Well, you seem to know how it works, don't you? That almost went badly wrong. That's a trick. It's how you fold it up. There's a real knack to folding this board up. And I've noticed, the more you want to do it, you know, say for the camera, the less likely it is to work. Yay, Soph's back. Hey Soph. Come check out this. This is the present that you got me.
Oh, yeah.
That you haven't seen yet. What you do is you stop, and then you just go like that.
And I also beat Daddy when I'm also going.
I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to like it, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye. Sophie's killing herself laughing. What's wrong? Because it is, it's all cool. Right, anyway. Okay, less giggling in the background now. This is the outtake, you realise that, don't you? Oh my goodness, I'm running out of battery. I hope you've enjoyed